Let's talk about Kelce's postseason passing stats dominating Derek Carr's, Mahomes in Texas training with Skyy Moore, a groom going wild about the Chiefs at his wedding when half the people attending were from Cincinnati, including his wife's family, and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka Obi Beard Kenobi, or sometimes known as Andy's Red Bearded Barbecue Taste Tester, and I do daily news about the Chiefs and the NFL overall, so I'm gonna need you to sub if you're new, hit that like button if you yourselves love the taste of Kansas City barbecue on the tip of your tongue, and let's get into this video starting with some player news across their socials. And guys, you know gas prices are getting out of hand when Chiefs cornerback Lonnie Johnson Jr. himself complains about it and makes way more money than almost all of us do, probably combined in a year. But hey, he filled up and was able to get to his little training session, so that's good. He's out there looking nice. Cornell Powell posted a lone honeymoon photo thus far, and it's of his new friend, this bird right here named Harold, and I just made that name up, but it looked fitting. And then Juan Thornhill stays in Greece, and I stay in my basement and stay jealous. Meanwhile, Josh Gordon stays in Kansas City. You can see him putting in work in the gym as well as jogging in water while he watches something motivational about Floyd Money Mayweather making a boatload of money. And here's a video from Isaiah Pacheco, who ran into Peter Francis Dante. And in case you need to know who that is, he played this guy in the Waterboy, and he had a little message for Chiefs Kingdom.
I'm the running back, and I can catch a football on the kickoff return, but I'm a wussy. What's up, KC Chiefs? Yeah.
Well, that was pretty great. If you ask me, trolling Pacheco, saying what's up to Chiefs Kingdom. Sadly, I could not play the entire clip because he uses naughty words, and this is a family-friendly channel. Yes, even Patrick Mahomes' son is welcome here, at least so I can use this photo in nearly every single video. And speaking of Mahomes, we've got him back to work with some Chiefs players and his trainer, Bobby Stroop. And here's proof via a photo of trainer Bobby Stroop hugging himself with Shane Buechele on the right and Patrick Mahomes on the left, which means they're back in Texas training, getting some work in and all that good stuff before training camp starts. And here's a nice little clip of Shane Buechele running, showing off his great stride. Looking nice, bud. And then here's another of Mahomes and Buechele tossing these medicine balls up, and the trainer's pushing them down. And they do it on repeat. And I'm not going to lie, Mahomes is looking freaking strong, moving about twice as fast as Shane Buechele. Here's a nice shot or two of Shane working with Throw It Deep's own Jeff Christensen, the QB coach. He was there working with the guys during their last stint in Texas as well before OTAs started up, or Phase 2 started up, I believe. Skyy Moore can be seen working with Bobby Stroop out on the field. And then look at this grab from Skyy. Just look at it in all of its splendor. And we all know who was throwing that ball to him, Sir Patrick Mahomes himself.
Great catch, son. Great catch, son. Great catch, son.
And I'm very glad to see them getting in some extra work, especially with Skyy missing a lot of OTAs with that hamstring injury. This is a connection, like a cell phone, that I feel like we're going to get used to during this upcoming season. I feel it in my bones. And I also want to shout out a job well done to Shane Buechele for waving his little arms while Mahomes was throwing. And speaking of arms waving, I found this video on Twitter, and I have to freaking share it with you all. In fact, it would be a complete disservice to hide this clip of this groom at his own wedding in Kansas City, I believe, letting his wife, who was from Cincinnati, and her family and friends who were in town from Cincinnati know what's good here in Chiefs Kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom, what's up? Let's go. Loud and proud. Two-time Super Bowl champions. Y'all ain't got no hardware in Cincinnati. You have no hardware in Cincinnati.
Y'all ain't got no hardware in Cincinnati. Yeah, Bengals fans have 0 Super Bowl rings, just like this guy has absolutely 0 chill. Half the room were Bengals fans in town from Cincinnati. Sheesh. The groom himself, first off, is a certified legend from now until the day he dies for this one, but he's also known as Brian B. Shinen and is the co-host of the morning grind with Shay and Shine on Hot 103 Jams. And this man did not disappoint with this one, especially in the offseason when Chiefs news is pretty slow. I mean, this is probably the highlight of my week, and I do believe it needed to be done, and you guys needed to see it. What'd y'all think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. This is savage. And what makes this clip even funnier when we watch it back right now is if you look at his wife's face. She's 0% impressed with this, and I freaking love it. So hey, congrats to the newly married couple, and thanks for letting her family know, bro, what's good, and letting Bengals fans know that every time they say, "Who dey?" the proper response is always, "Day still ringless."
Unfortunately for the Bengals, the experts got it right.
And then, in case y'all didn't know, the Chiefs released a short 8-minute video on their YouTube channel featuring the voice of Chiefs Kingdom, Mitch Holthus, who is a Kansas native and has been doing what he does for as long as I've been alive, which is 3 decades. And the video shows his early beginnings and lots of old Chiefs throwback clips, old to me because I was born in the 90s. So make sure to check it out if you have not already. And also to note here, the Chiefs' overtime win against the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round of the playoffs has been nominated for the Best Game Award at the ESPYS, or sometimes known as the ESPYS, and I'm 0% surprised here, but you can see on this list there is a bit of competition, including Kansas's 16-point rally, which was the biggest comeback in championship game history. Yet I would still be very surprised if the Bills and Chiefs game didn't take the cake. That was absolute insanity, and I'm forever grateful for it because that morning is the morning I posted my first video on this YouTube channel, and it certainly helped this channel take off.
It is caught by Kelce! Touchdown! Kansas City!
Okay, I found this fun little graphic that I wanted to share with you all, and this graphic compares Travis Kelce's passing stats in the postseason to Raiders QB Derek Carr, and as you can see here on the screen, the comparison isn't even freaking close. Travis Kelce has a passer rating of 118.8, meanwhile Derek's is way down at 69.2. Travis Kelce's completion percentage is 100%, yet poor Derek's is down at 53.70%. They both have 1 TD, yes, but in the game that Kelce threw the ball, he got the dub and had 0 fumbles and 0 interceptions. Meanwhile, Derek Carr had a fumble, an interception, and also took an L, which is very common for him because he's never won a playoff game in his life. So what I'm saying is Travis Kelce just keeps finding ways to keep winning in almost every category in life. Meanwhile, Derek Carr is, you know, Derek Carr. And to be clear though, Kelce has 1 pass for 2 yards in the postseason, so this graphic does not mean all that much. But hey, it's the offseason for 1, and 2, any chance I get to have a good time laughing and talking about Derek Carr, I'm freaking down for it.
I'm being completely honest here. I'm tired of being disrespected.
Well, if you're tired of being disrespected, Derek Carr, win a freaking playoff game, bud. It's been 8 years. All right. NFL.com columnist Adam Shine recently ranked all 8 NFL divisions by QBs. And while we can all guess the top spot, let's take a quick look at this in the rankings. The NFC East takes the bottom of the pile. And if you look at the names on this list, you can clearly see why. Yikes. Next up is the NFC South. And it's not because of Tom Brady. It's the rest of these guys on this list, clearly. In 6th, he lists the NFC South. Trevor Lawrence, poor guy, stuck on there with the Jaguars. The NFC East is next. And while you have Josh Allen in there, the rest are pretty much so it makes complete sense to me. I will say this, though. The author of this, Adam, he glows about Allen, basically calling him the greatest QB on planet Earth, and says that one could easily make the case that he is the top QB heading into this season. Well, bud, in order for that to happen, he needs to win when it matters. You want to be the best? You got to beat the best. Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, the NFC North is next, which is starting to look better overall as far as QBs go, but no thanks to Jared Goff and the terrible Detroit Lions. In 3rd, he lists the NFC West, and I can't help but chuckle a little bit in my soul when I see the Seahawks QBs. Those guys are a freaking mess. In 2nd, Adam lists the AFC North featuring Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, and Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, Lamar the running back is pretty good, and obviously Burrow is 2-0 against Mahomes and played in the Super Bowl last season, so he has that going for him. Pretty good division here, minus the Browns, who will more than likely be without Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield this season. Dum-dums. And then way up at the top, Adam Sheen lists the AFC West up in first, saying that between Russell, let's ride, Wilson, Justin, my team is listed as the best in the AFC West every season, yet fails miserably. Herbert, Derek, Patrick Mahomes' son, Carr, and Patrick freaking Mahomes. This is without a doubt the greatest division in football. And yes, sir, you are correct, bud. He says Wilson's addition to the Broncos changes everything. Herbert is about to take the league by storm and possibly become league MVP. Derek Carr is underrated, especially given all he's had to go through with the dumpster fire organization that he's a part of, the Raiders. And then says this about Mahomes, which honestly sounds 100% fake because of how much Mahomes has already accomplished in his first 4 years. He says this, Mahomes is one of the most talented quarterbacks to have graced a football field, averaging 4,677 yards and 38 TD passes in his first 4 seasons as a starter, with 4 division titles, 4 AFC championship game appearances, all hosted at home, 2 Super Bowl trips, and 1 Lombardi trophy already to his name. He'd arguably be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame even if he never played another down. Yeah, that's some pretty wild stuff. Stuff you would normally maybe read about in a children's fiction book, but instead it's been reality for Chiefs Kingdom since 2018, and I feel like we're living in a dream.
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
From here, we got to take a look at some Super Thanks comments from yesterday because honestly, y'all went freaking bananas. Stephen Deely and Tyler Hood both dropped $10 Super Thanks, and Tyler Hood is glad that I exposed the Illuminati, which is basically Justin Reed hiding one eye behind a football. And hey, I just want to say, you're welcome. It was my pleasure to expose them for you. Dustin Cambria dropped a $5 Super Thanks, calling me the Red Bearded Wonder. Thank you for that. And telling me that if I quit posting daily videos, it's going to throw off his daily routine and to keep them up. Well, he would give more, but he's saving up to go to the Bills game so we can scream, how about those Chiefs together, which would be absolutely incredible. But I just want to say this, man, as often as I'm able, I will definitely do a video every single day. I haven't missed a day yet. That day will come eventually, but not yet. The streak lives on. So thanks for the $5, you freaking legend. And then Chris Grace actually graced me with his presence, but also with a 69.99 Canadian dollar donation. You're freaking wild for that one, bro. A literal $69 bomb. He says this, hey man, I love your videos and look forward to them every day. How about those Chiefs? P.S. Leo Chanel, Nick Bolton, and Willie Gay about to tear it up. Well, first off, man, I'm really grateful for the support and glad you enjoyed the videos. That was quite the bomb of a donation. Thank you. Second, I completely concur with you about the linebacker unit. I'm particularly interested to see how they end up using Chanel. And yes, you are right. They're about to freaking eat this season. So let's freaking go. I also wanted to let you all know that I'm in process talking with a few graphic designers right now of getting some custom t-shirts made. One will definitely say, let's freaking go. One's going to utilize a bearded nickname with an outline of my beard in some fashion. And one is definitely going to say, how about those Chiefs? But my question to you all is, do you have any other t-shirt ideas? Let me know in the comments down below. If I get enough good ones, maybe I'll do like a community post and have y'all vote. But basically, t-shirts and merch is coming, and I'm pretty stoked about that. Make sure to leave a bearded comment, or in particular, a super thanks to be featured in an upcoming vid. Sub for more daily news like this, and check out this video here, which is the cinematic mini-movie of the Chiefs versus Bills divisional round game, just to, you know, soak it in and relive the glory of that game. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those